Well, good morning, friends. Happy May 1st. Yay! It's Monday, which is very satisfying to me when a month starts on a Monday. um, and that means I have to go into the office. I go into my office every Monday, and then my coworker and I alternate the days after that. I think I took a little clip of me working on my cross stitch this morning. I am participating in Monogamous May in the floss tube world because I have a goal of completely finishing the mini winning putt that I have been working on since April of last year. And I want to have it finished by the 1st of June. I am roughly 86% done with it by this point, and I will put a photo here of the where it is right now. I took a picture, ironed it, and took a picture last night. So that is where it is at the moment. And in order to complete it by the first, I need to do 388 stitches per day. So every day I have to do 388 stitches, which if you're not a cross stitcher, that doesn't necessarily sound like much, or maybe it does. But if you are a cross stitcher, you know that can take a while, unless you're like super duper fast, but I am not. So it usually takes me a while. So I usually take it to work with me and do it on breaks or like any bits of time that I have any free time whatsoever. I'll put in a few stitches, and then hopefully by the end of the night I try to get to 400 because that's just like an easy round number for me. So and then I figure if I do that, then the days when I don't get 388, I'll feel okay about it because will have gotten more on all the other days, right? So anyway, so that is the only project I'm going to be working on this month, except for my birthday start, which will be Quick Stitch Anne of Green Gables, and I'll put that here. And I have like a hashtag for that called Turn 40 New Leaves because I am turning 40. And my like theme for my stitch along is either something with green because that Anne of Green Gables green, and emerald is the May birthstone, and there is a lot of green in that cross stitch pattern. And then turning a new leaf kind of denotes literature or turning the page of a book. So I want it to either be a literature based or green in the pattern. So that's my cross stitch update for you at the moment. And then for reading today, I am going to start The Sherwood Ring by Elizabeth Marie Pope. And I believe this is a middle grade, and it is dual timeline. I'm not sure if it's dual timeline modern day and Revolutionary War or just more modern day than the Revolutionary War, but follows an orphan who goes to live with her uncle in an estate that is haunted by ancestors of the Revolutionary War. There is romance involved, I guess, but probably not that much. So that's kind of why I'm not sure if it's technically middle grade, because usually middle grade doesn't have too much romance in it, but or if it's more like young adult. I don't know. But anyway, I'm reading this for the meetup that I am going to be attending with Kate Howe and Emma from The Bookish Princess. They are doing a meetup in like Eastern PA, and on the 6th of May. My birthday is the 5th of May. So I kind of used it as a excuse to go on a little 40th birthday trip with my parents. So we are going to go out to Eastern PA. I live in Western PA, and stay the night somewhere out there. And then the next day, I'm going to go to the meetup. And then from there, we're going to find something else to do. Maybe go to a beach in New Jersey or something like that. So that will be fun. And I will probably not talk to you during that trip, but I will take some video, like clips, montage type things, and hopefully get some photos or little video clips of the meetup as well. So I'm going to start this today so that I can hopefully get it done by Saturday. Yikes. So for now, I am going to get ready for work some more. It is raining outside, so I'm not really sure why I bothered to curl my hair, because it's not going to last. But hopefully it's supposed to get nicer by the end of the week. So hopefully it will be nice outdoor weather by the time Friday and Saturday roll around. So here's hoping. But I will talk to you again when I have something significant to report. Okay, bye. Well, hello, friends. It is now May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I'm not really even a Star Wars fan. I have seen the original trilogy, but I wouldn't call myself a fan. I mean, it's fine, but you have to say May the 4th be with you when it's the 4th. So there you go. But anyway, I just thought I would pop on here real quick and give you an update. First of all, I don't know if you can tell, but I colored my hair. It turned out a little redder than I anticipated. I just did it was supposed to be dark blonde, but I guess I have enough red in my hair that it pulled that out. But hey, it's okay. Covered my grays and gave me kind of a little freshening up for my trip. So that's okay. But yeah, I don't know if you can tell. I can tell, but I mean, it's kind of subtle. But anyway, so I am not as far along in the Sherwood rig as I would like to be. So I'm going to really have to buckle down over the next couple of days to try to get this done by Saturday. Because, I mean, when you're driving 6 hours basically to go to a book club, you kind of need to finish the book, right? So I'm really going to need to focus on that. And I have been so scattered the last few days, trying to get ready for this trip. And then I'll have to show you when I get back from my trip, but I signed up for a subscription to a Bible, like a prayer journaling, Bible study printables subscription. And I have fallen down that rabbit hole, and I've been just printing things. And the only thing that I don't like about this is everything is sized for just like a letter size sheet of paper. So I already have pre-cut half letter size paper to go in my binder, but I can't use it because everything prints really small, and I don't know how to resize anything for it to make it fill the page. So I'm having a little bit of a hard time with that, but we'll figure it out eventually. But I've just been printing everything on letter paper and then cutting it. So, which is fine, it works, but it just takes longer that way, right? So I've fallen down into that rabbit hole, which has taken time away from my reading and my stitching. But anyway, so far I'm really enjoying the Sherwood ring, even though I'm not very far in. It's very quick. It's the pages, or the type is very big. It's not middle grade because the main characters are in their late teens, so 17, 18 years old. And I can definitely tell there's going to be a little bit of a romance, but I think it's going to be like a very surface level romance, so that's good. So I would say it's probably more like young adult. But I'm not even sure when this was written. I'll have to look, but it's very like I can't even tell what time period, like the more modern time period is set in. There's definitely airplanes. Um, so I think that it is probably at least World War II era, probably more, it's probably even later than that. But it talks very like almost like it's old England, but it's set in America. So I don't know what the modern time period is supposed to be, but so far I'm really liking all the characters. Um, like the action is happening very quickly, so I never get too bogged down in anything. There are ghosts that have already popped up, and I'm only like 75 pages in, so that's fun. And yeah, I there's not a ton of character development. I don't know if there is going to be, but I mean that doesn't really bother me when it's a plot-driven book, and I can tell this one's pretty going to be pretty plot-driven. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about it at the moment. Hopefully, I will get some more read and I can talk to you about it more later. I may not check in with you in talking until after my trip, but I will try to get some montagey type of things. And then I will pop back on when I get home from my trip. So yeah, so this will probably encompass like more like 2 weeks, but you won't hear much from me. So, all right, I will talk to you when I can. All right, bye. Well, hello, friends. It is like 2 weeks later. It is the 18th of May, and I have just not been able to sit down with you and kind of recap my trip, my birthday trip, all that stuff, and talk about the book. So, as you can see, I had a lovely day for the picnic that we had with Emma and Kate, and our friends Morgan and Erica also came. Erica wins the prize for the farthest traveled because she actually lives in Florida. So I thought it was going to be me, but she beat me by a lot. So it was just a really fun time getting to meet Kate and Emma in person, and just I haven't talked to Emma as much online in the past, but obviously Kate and I have done a lot of read-alongs together and readathons, and I'm part of her Patreon and all that stuff. So it was really fun to get to meet her in person. So, what you're all probably wondering is, did I finish the book before the book club, before the meetup? And yes, I did. I finished the Sherwood Ring at like 10:30 at night on May 5th, my birthday, in a hotel room. So, as you can see, I had a lot of tabs. Oops. So I actually started tabbing my physical books like this because of a Instagram channel that I started following, and she now has a YouTube channel that she started. So I'm going to link it below. It's called Perceived by Grace or Perceived Grace. I can never remember exactly what it's called, but I'll link her below. She does just like really aesthetically pleasing annotations and tabbing in her books, and she reads a lot of Christian and clean romances and classics, and she also does planning, or like journaling, I guess you'd call it, because she has a reading journal and then like just a daily journal, and she has like different journals for different things. So she's really a fun, aesthetically pleasing channel to watch. Instagram channel too. So I will link her YouTube channel down below, because I don't know how to link Instagram channels, like Instagram handles, but I'm sure if you go to her channel, you can also find her Instagram, because I think it's the same name. So anyway, so I tabbed the book. I did not tab as much towards the end because I was just trying to get it done. But I really ended up liking this book a lot. I think I said earlier in the video that this is more like maybe young adult than middle grade, but there's nothing at all bad in it. It just has romances and things in it that maybe is, a little too mature for a middle grader, but there's nothing. It's very clean. It's dual timeline, and what I really liked about it is there are Revolutionary War ghosts that appear to the main character, Peggy, throughout this book. And it's a lot about like them telling their story throughout. And then you see throughout the book how her life is kind of mirroring their life that they kind of tell her about. So hold on one second. Sorry, I'm on my break at work, but I'm working from home today, so kind of wanted to keep my computer refreshed. So, but anyway, so some of the people at the meetup who read the book thought that it was a little too slow. It was slow, I guess, but I thought that there was enough interest, and it went back and forth between characters and time periods and everything enough that I feel like it kept me engaged. And I didn't have an opportunity to like look up a lot of the names and actual historical events that the author references in here, but Emma was saying at our meetup that it is pretty historically accurate as far as what we know about the characters and the Revolutionary War characters and the events. So I did like that aspect of it, that a lot of the events that, to be honest with you, I've forgotten about. I'm sure I learned about them in like elementary school or something like that, but obviously that's been a while. So it was just nice to kind of get a little bit of a refresher, and it kind of made me interested to maybe pick up a nonfiction about one of the characters in this book. So we'll have to see what I can find at some point. I say that now, but nonfiction is never really my bag, so we'll see how this goes. But after we to be honest with you, we really didn't talk about the book that much, because by the time we just all kind of met and were talking and kind of found our place for our picnic, which wasn't that a lovely picnic? Emma was like on point with her decorations, and both she and Kate went like way overboard on the food. It was great. And we all brought stuff with us, but they really went overboard. Um, so but anyway, by the time we just got settled and were talking and then realized what time it was, we had booked a tour of Pennsbury Manor, which is William Penn's um, like summer home, and he's the founder of Pennsylvania. So we kind of had to wrap it up kind of quick and get our picnic put away, and put it all in our cars and get back for our tour. So but it was nice to at least get a little bit of talking about the book. But it was, let me just be honest, it was more fun to just talk to friends. So I knew that was probably going to happen somewhat, but yeah, it was just really nice to just be in the physical presence of friends that you only get to see like from here up of them all the time. So, but yeah, the tour was nice, and the house was really fun to go through. I like touring old houses. And then, so then after all that was done and we left and everything, my parents and I went to Ocean City, New Jersey for a couple of days, and it was really nice. It's really nice there. It's clean, and there's like not a lot of partying because it's actually a dry town. So the boardwalk there's no alcohol there. So it's kind of, I mean, obviously I like to drink wine and stuff, but it is nice when you're on a just laid back vacation to not have to deal with partiers and late night crowds and all that. That being said, though, being that it is off season, it's not quite their peak summer season yet, and probably with the fact that it's hard to get employees anymore, and all that. A lot of the things on a Sunday, I think we got there on a Sunday, and things were open, but then Monday we got up and were looking around for some things to do on the boardwalk, and everything was closed because it was Monday before the rush, and kids were still in school and all that stuff. So a lot of the things that we would have liked to have done were closed. So Monday was kind of a beach day, and then Tuesday we got up and had breakfast and just packed up and started home. But we did go also in our tour of old homes. My parents and I stopped in Lancaster, PA, and went to James Buchanan's home, which is, I think, what was he, 15th president? Yes, because he lost to Lincoln. And he was not a very popular president, but it was a really interesting tour. Our tour guide for that one was fantastic. He was a former elementary school teacher and dressed the part and of a Victorian, or would that have been Victorian? Sort of. I mean, it was America, so but Victorian times. And yeah, he was just really good and really was engaging to listen to. So that was fun. And then we came home, and then Friday was my dad's birthday. So you saw that we went to Top Golf, which I am not a good golfer, but my dad loves it. And Top Golf is kind of one of those things where I don't feel pressure because it's basically just a fancy driving range. And as long as I connect with the ball, I'm fine. So it was fun. And, you just put in for a certain amount of time, and then, once that's done, you leave. So it was fun. We do that probably about once a year because it's kind of expensive, but usually for his birthday. And then from there, it was just Mother's Day. We did a lot of mini golf over the weekend when we got home. And then, had a family party for Mother's Day. And then, yeah, it's just been getting back into the swing of things with work, and there's been work drama, which I'm not here for, but I have to deal with. And and then I got to, in cross stitch news, I got to 90% on mini winning pet. So the last update I had with you was at 86%. So I was able to work on it on vacation. However, I did extend my deadline to the day before Father's Day, which is June 18th. So I put my deadline date for June 17th. And so I'm hoping to get it done sooner than that. But obviously on vacation, I was not able to get as much stitching done as I wanted to. So I just thought, rather than stress about it, I'm just going to give myself grace and tell myself I can go past June 1st. So I will put a picture up of where I am now. And hopefully by, the middle of next month, I'll have a finish that and I actually this morning ordered a frame for it. I'm going to try to frame it myself. My family, it's just going to my dad, so he's not going to care if the framing is perfect, and I don't want to spend $1 million on custom framing. So my friend Leanne gave me an online framing place that she has used before, and you can just buy custom frames from them, and they ship it to you with all the materials to frame it yourself. And that's what I'm going to try to do. We'll see. Hopefully I got the right dimensions and everything, because I don't think there's a return policy on these. So if it doesn't fit, I'll have a custom frame for something else, because I don't know what to do at that point. So, but yeah, so that's about it. I should have put a picture up of my progress, and yeah, I do have some other books that I am working on right now, but I think I will post this vlog since I've talked a lot, and then I will just maybe do a second half of the month wrap up at the end of the month. So, all right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this little snippet of my birthday trip. I'm now 40 years old. Feels like I'm 80. Not really. I feel pretty good. I would like to lose some weight, of course, but isn't that always the challenge? So, all right, friends, I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.